Do you know what it actually takes to land software engineer job in 2026? In this post, I'm going to share the complete practical roadmap step by step so that if your course is to break into a software engineer is 2026, so you know exactly what to focus on and what to focus on it and why it's matter. So for context, hi, I'm Shalu. I'm software engineer at Big Tech Company. And one thing has become very clear to me, the way companies hire software engineers has completely changed and heading into 2026 is not what it used to be. Okay, a few years ago, the formulas was very simple and to solve a lot of DSA, build two or three projects, create decent resume. Okay, that was often enough to crack an interview. Okay, but in 2026 with AI reshaping how software is built, expectations are very different. Companies are no longer just testing what you know; they are evaluating how you think, how you solve problems, and how you work with ambiguity and the modern tools. Okay, that's why I wanted to put together a realistic, updated roadmap that actually reflect how hiring works today. And this roadmap is that I'm also working on this part and. I'm also following this roadmap. So I wanted to tell about this roadmap to you, and so it will be helpful for the interview. Okay, let's get straight into it. So in the first month, what I have built in the first month, build a strong fundamental like DSA. The first month should be dedicated to core of computer science and fundamentals, especially data structure and algorithm. You can say focus on arrays, hash map, recursion, dynamic programming. Okay. Here something important. I do not want you to obsess over extremely hard problem. Instead, your primary focus should be a lead code medium problems. Okay, you can solve the easy problem as well, but it will be very uh, benefit to solve the medium problem. Just start with the medium problem right now, and you don't need to master everything. Okay, you don't need to chase hard problem just to feel productive. What matters for more is whether you can or you cannot. Okay, so reason through a problem, explain your approach clearly, break a problem logically. Okay, so if you're comfortable solving and explaining the slightly harder side of lead code problems or medium problem, you are very good place. You are in very good place. So the goal is like the goal for this month is like core DSA topic only, cover most DSA topic, and learn how to think and communicate solution clearly. Okay, try to solve the medium problem. A lot of medium problem you can solve it and learn also how to think and communicate about the solution of the problem. Okay, so in the second month I would recommend like learn system design. Yes, even as a fresher as well, and this is for the experience as well as for the fresher. So in month two, start learning system design. We have multiples. You will get a multiples video on the YouTube as well according for the system design. I did not start it, but yes, I know about the design because I know the system design. Like in the system design, yes, if you are fresher, system design matters a lot. At a minimum, you should understand like how requests flow through a system and what latency means, what scalability and reliability are, and how different companies interact at a high level. So you should know on the high level only. You don't need to go deep down. So you don't need to master system design. You just need to clear high level architecture, high level understanding. Okay. Try walking through a few common problems such as like designing a Google Doc. Like you should understand how Google Doc will work, designing a simple multi-layer gaming. So the objective is not a perfection. Okay, it's not a perfection, it's the clarity. Okay, understand how system work, how flow is going end to end, why design decisions are made. So all this you have to get clarity on this part. Okay, so the first month is like just cover the TSA, and the second month is like you can cover the system design, and in the month three you can pick one stack and go deep. Okay, pick one step. I what it mean. Like there is where many candidates make a mistake. Like leave they list five or six technology on their resume but lack depth in all of them. Okay, so you have to master in one technology. Let's suppose I'm Android developer, so I'm mastered in Android. Okay, so instead pick one family stack and go deep. You can choose front end plus back end. I'm front end developer, so you can choose front end plus back end or go back end fully. Okay, backend heavy, which I personally recommend. If you choose backend, build depth this area like authentication and authorization, how authorization work, how database design, how API design, how error handling and edge cases work. So all these things you should know. So now start building one serious project, not a toy project, like not a tutorial clone, not a toy project. So treat it like a real product. Okay, imagine you are building a first version of your startup. Okay, so depth will matter more far than breadth in 2026. Okay, so avoid blindly copying tutorial, build something original, even if it is simple but well thought about it. Okay, so in month 3.5 to month 4, in half month, it's like 1.5 month, make your project production ready. Okay, so let's suppose you have built one project, a project that lives only on your local machine doesn't carry much weight, so you don't need to keep on your local machine. You should make this product, you should build this project like recruiters should be able to access your project, use it, see that it works in real environment. So your project should work in real environment. During this phase, complete core feature. You should complete the core feature of this project, clean rough edges, okay, and proper error handling. You can do it, and also improve API design and structure. If you're working on front end as well, you should know about this, like how complete core feature will work, how we can clean up and rough phases, and how we can handle the proper we can handle the error, okay, of the project. Okay, so think of your project is a real product, not an assignment. You don't need to just copy and paste, and you don't just need to like go and finish the assignment. You don't need to do all this thing. Just think of your project as a real product. Okay, so the next version is like of your project is deployment. So you should deploy a project so it's publicly accessible. Okay, so for deployment, I use basically Alta Host. I have used it um, long back, so which makes the process straightforward and production friendly. It offers 99.99% uptime, so you can use AltaHost. Go and check it out. I'll give the link in the description as well. So it will give unlimited bandwidth and free DDoS protection it will give. So the flow is very simple for the Alta host. What I had did, like I created an account, and you choose a VPS plan and select Linux. Okay, if you are working on Linux, then you can select a Linux, or I'm working on the Mac, so I'll select Mac like this. So connect or buy a domain, there is option, and upload your application file to the servers. Okay, so point your domain to the VPS IP. There is VPS IP as well. So once DNS pointed, like it becomes a real usable system, not just a demo. It will not a toy project for you. So learn, and also the third phase in the half in first month in the half month. So the last phase, like what breaks in the production. You should learn what will break in the production. Okay, so this step is often overlooked but extremely very important, because don't just learn what work in production, learn what breaks. Okay, focus on logic, logging, proper error handling, crashes and downtime, and also bugs after deployment. After deployments, a multiple bug will come, so you should handle this, and use analytic and monitoring tools as well. In Android, I have like multiple monitoring tools for the backend. You should know about this. So just go and watch how we can handle, you can use the analytic and monitoring tool inside the backend. So understand server behavior, and identify performance bottleneck, and most importantly, document everything. Okay, so this documentation become incredibly valuable then writing your resume, answering interview question, explaining real world trade-off. Okay, so documentation is very 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 important. So in fifth month, what you should do, build an impact driven resume. Okay, so why I'm saying this, because by now you should have one strong production ready project, possibly a second solid project. It will be good, it will be very good if you have the solid project, the second solid project. Okay, so, and the third one is the deployment monitoring and documentation experience. So you do not need five or six project. According to me, I would recommend, like, don't need to write five or six project in your resume, and two highly quality well educated project are more than enough. Okay, so there should be like deep knowledge about that two project. Okay, so you should mention only two project in in your resume. So if your interview will ask, then you can give the answer. Okay, so only two project is enough in your resume. So your resume should be like project lead and impact focus. Like use the XYZ format. XYZ format. Why I'm saying this? Like X means did X, achieved Y, and result in X. Z impact. Okay, so what you did, what you achieved, what was result. So it should be mentioned. It should be, you should give answer like this. Okay, you should mention in your resume for the project. Okay, if you have freelancing or internship experience, that's a huge bonus, but it's not mandatory. Okay, so in the 6 month, so this is like 6 month roadmap that I have built it. So inside the 6 month application and outreach and interview preparation, here it will come. Okay, now it's time to start applying. In the 6 month you will start applying. Make sure all your profiles are ready, like GitHub, LinkedIn, resume, Google Scholar if you are interested in research also. So avoid spending week building a fancy portfolio website in 2026, because they matters for less than people think. Okay, in 2026 it doesn't matter at all. So for each application, write a tailored cover letter. Use simple, use example for your project. Explain problem you faced and how you solve them. You should solve all the problems, and whatever you will mention inside the resume. So and also mention how you use AI tool effectively. Right now, everyone using AI, so you should mention there like how you used AI tools effectively, and track everything using Notion. Notion, I have built the video on the Notion as well. I'm personally using it Notion. And if you don't know about the Notion, then you can use the Google Sheet. It's free of cost. Okay, so for cold outreach, use tools like Perplexity to find recruiter contact information. You can use the chat GPT as well to draft a mail, and to draft a mail to send the recruiter the mail about. Send concise thoughtful message. Okay, so for interview preparation, what I would recommend, like deeply review your own project. Okay, revise CS fundamentals, and review system design concept as I told you, and read engineering blog to understand real world system. Okay, so now I'll say like I'll tell you like the fundamental thoughts, like the final thoughts I'll tell. Like in 2026, software engineer not hired for what they memorize. Okay, they are hired for how they solve the problem right now. This is the situations right now, and how they handle ambiguity, how they think in system, and how effectively they use modern tools including AI. Okay, so you don't need to do the hard work, you need to do the smart work. And here by the AI you can do the smart work as well. So if you want a deeper breakdown of everything mentioned here, I have linked a detailed Notion guide below along with the deployment platform I used. Okay, so in this video I helped you. Feel free to leave a comment or ask question. I read and respond to them whenever I can. So thanks for coming here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye.
We don't really know where the world is gonna go, but now everybody knows.